Thank you.
That's great. You're going to be up there with, I think we mentioned this before we started, which was you're going to be one of the, going to have a classmate who's in a year ahead of you, Dr. Morgan
Yeah.
Celestian. She's, we talked to her last year around this time when she got into Harvard and was talking about her process as well. So, so glad to hear that you guys are going to be training up there together up there at Harvard. Um, that's going to be great, man. So look, you know, people want to go to Harvard. They want to go to Michigan. They want to go to Tufts. They want to
Yeah.
go to all these different places where there's endo programs. So you got to give them some advice. So knowing what you know, and this is your second time, right? You said this is your second cycle of going through applying. Knowing what you know now, and the fact that you've applied um, again
Well,
this year.
my I mean
Oh,
my first cycle of applications, I only applied in Canada, so there's
Canada,
no
right?
yeah, so there is no match at all. You just go on the school website and you apply like if it was any other program,
Okay,
like a bachelor or any other master. So there isn't a lot of difference, and you
but
have to
first
check.
time for the U.S. First time for
Yeah,
the U.S. program. So knowing that, you know, the experience that you had in Canada, and then the second time you're like, well, I'm not going to do Canada. I'm just going to do U.S. Focus on the U.S. 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 Give us some tips, some advice for those that are listening, those that are watching,
yeah,
and those that are ready to apply to endo.
sure. So the first was start as soon as you know you want to go into endo and you want to apply to the cycle that's like the this year cycle or whatever year you plan applying. Start gathering your documents as soon as possible. Check on the various schools website what you need to gather, because it's a little bit different in every school. Some schools they want you to send more documentation direct to their register. Some don't. Also check if they use um, the ADAT website, because Michigan University doesn't. Michigan University, you apply directly on their website, and if you come from outside of the United States, or even if you're inside the United States, they want you to send all your transcripts to an evaluation firm that's going to then send it to uh, to the Michigan University evaluation board. So just pay attention to all of these little things. Start early and um, start early, especially for the recommendation letters, for the letters of recommendation. Yeah. So those are
Yeah,
my tips.
those are
Those are
key.
my tips. Yeah, for the application cycle. The other things is, if I know that with COVID right now, things are getting back to normal, but there might be some restrictions in different programs. But if you can go shadow in the different programs, meet the program directors, talk to them in person, um, but and try to make an appointment by any means possible. I called schools.
Did you guys hear that? Any means possible. You got to
Yeah,
get to the programs. You got to get some FaceTime. You got
yeah,
to get FaceTime.
yeah. If you need to call their secretaries and leave a message, do it. I mostly emailed them directly, or emailed the program directly. The like I do directly the program director. If their email address is on the website, you can email them directly. That's what I did most times. If it's not there, you can call the dental faculty, and they will give you their information.
Now, did the program directors call you back, or I mean, email you back? Like, how did that work for you?
Yeah, yeah, they would. Most of them, they would email me back, or they would tell their secretary to book an appointment with me in order to come and visit. Um, so I sent basically emails to all the programs on the East Coast, and I got 5 replies, and that's the 5 schools where I went to visit.
There it is, guys. Those tips. especially as it relates to shadowing. Because if you heard a theme here that Dr. Nicholas has been sharing, is that the shadowing piece and how he arranged his shadowing experiences and opportunities gave him face time, gave him the opportunity to meet some of the faculty members that some of the alumni of these programs that he already knew, who had written letters of recommendation for him, told him, you got to go shadow. And getting into the door by any means possible, you got to do it. You know,
Yeah.
it's easy. It sounds easy to do, but it's also easy not to do. But you don't want to be in that second sentence. You want to be in the sentence where you're actually getting it done by any means possible. And I know this has been helpful.
Next assignment is go to the next video. Go to the next video right now. Go, go, go. Love, peace, and smiles. Go to the next video. Go to the next video.